So we're looking at an R10 auger installation here. The first step, when you take this out of the box, you've got three pieces. You've got your auger bit down here. You've got the drive motor. It's gonna have this bolt likely already through, which you can quickly unthread and bolt on. Easiest to do this once this is on the machine. And there's two plastic caps that I'll bring into here that are holding some hydraulic oil. So be ready to get a little dirty when you do this for the first time. You're gonna unthread these, and it's best to have your motor here on its side. Unthread these caps. There's two hoses in the box that you received for your auger attachment. Once these are off, you're going to take the protective plastic caps off the ends of your hoses and thread them in. It's easiest. I'll bring the camera over to show you a closer view. When we get up close, you can see there's actually two fittings here that are easiest to separate one at a time. So if you separate this first from here, this is a 15/16, and this was, I believe, 15? Roughly. Yeah, you'll test it and figure it out. But once we get that detached, you can easily thread this one in first and then tighten this down. Just hand tight. You're not trying to crank it down, just hand tight for both of those is adequate. Then we'll move up to the stick. There are accessory lines here for the auger that come out, and they have a quick attach fitting on the end that you can unthread unless you've attached a quick attach connector to your hydraulic hose. In this case, we just removed it and we threaded it on by hand and then tightened that down. And one of these lines is feeding in the hydraulic fluid into your drive motor. The other is the case drain back out into your hydraulic tank, again, down through the filter. So on this side, again, we had to tighten this in. This way, you don't need to touch your diverter. We're not using that in this case because we didn't have quick attaches, and that's perfectly fine. It's just a matter of preference if you wanted to install those for even faster attachment changes. On the R10 specifically, you have a manual quick attach up here. The way this works, you're pulling this pin here, you're just pulling it straight out, and I like to put an adjustable wrench on this and pull it down. What that does is it releases the mechanism in here, and in order for you to put any attachment back onto the quick attach, you need to seat this pin specifically in here because you can't see it once it's installed, but there is a latch pin up here that won't let the quick coupler actually set back in and lock the attachment in on its own. You can't force this by hand. Once it's released, you have to put an attachment in, a pin will push it, and you'll just feel it latch. It's a little bit difficult maybe to picture right now, but when you do it yourself, it will make a lot of sense. It's best to do this with two people if you can, and put something down like we did on the floors here, because you are going to spill a little bit of hydraulic oil. But as long as your machine is off, you're not pumping fluid through this, it's very minimal fluid that drains from this. You know, maybe half a cup of hydraulic oil, so it's not a significant amount. Again, always check your hydraulic oil levels before and after you change attachments like this. And to do so, you want to make sure that all of your boom cylinders and every cylinder on the machine is completely compressed. Right now it's extended, so we've actually drawn much of the hydraulic fluid out of the tank and into your hydraulic system. Meaning when you go to read the sight glass on the side of your machine, which we'll do now, we go, I'm picturing another machine here, go over to this here, hydraulic oil tank, and if we look right in there, it's a little bit hard to see unless I can adjust my lens, but it's below the target red dot that it should be at or slightly above. And in this case, that's an inaccurate reading because our cylinders are extended. So if you've never done this before, if you've never read the hydraulic oil levels, compress all of these, compress your thumb, compress your tracks as well as blade, and then take your measurement to make sure everything looks good. But again, this is an immaterial amount of oil that has been spilled in this process. And when this is on, it's pretty satisfying to watch in action. So I'll fire up the machine and we'll show you just a little bit of what it looks like in motion. See it all come together.